Hello viewers, welcome to the Selling Insight YouTube channel. Today we'll be dialoguing on a particular important software called Microsoft Excel. The Microsoft Excel is going to be a journey of 30 days in which we'll be moving from the beginner's level to the advanced level. It will be a moment whereby there will be deep teachings but on a progression of day to day. So the first thing we'll be dealing with this day is the introduction of Microsoft Excel. For newcomers, we appreciate you. You can subscribe, and for returning viewers, we thank you for keeping forth on several tutorials that have gone ahead about Canva. This is another series of teaching that will be handling on Distilling Insight YouTube channel. So let us get our Microsoft Excel. You can just use Excel to search. It comes up. You can click the blank page in order to give you a new page. Now, I'll be defining the basic terms more in this class. So, Microsoft Excel is actually a spreadsheet program that is used for data organization, analysis, and visualization. Data organization in order to get the data, to analyze in order to get a fact from it, and visualization for graphical images and the likes. And it is important in the workplace. In the current day, there is little or nothing that you would do at work without Microsoft Excel. So it's very important. It's important for budgeting, project management, data analysis, and lots more. Now, I'll be explaining the concept by walking you through the Microsoft Excel interface. So this is Microsoft Excel, and we can see that it comprises of several things that we are looking on our screen presently. Number one is that this whole page that we are looking at is called the workbook. Everything about this Excel is called the workbook. All of it is the workbook. Once we now separate it with respect to each of the sheets, then that's called the worksheet. Like this one is sheet 1. That's the first worksheet that opens up immediately we launch the Excel application software. Now, the sheet 1, we can create a new sheet by just clicking this plus sign here. Then it gives us a new sheet, which is sheet 2. You can also create as much as we want: sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5, sheet 6, like that. So the worksheet is each of these that you're seeing that is writing sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. All of them collectively, the entire Excel file is the workbook. Now, the second thing I want us to highlight is the ribbon. The ribbon is just the toolbar at the top, and it comprises of the file. All of these are the toolbar in an Excel sheet. The file that comprises of all of this, the home that comprises of all of these details, the insert, page layouts, formulas, data, review, view, and help. All of them are part of the ribbon. Now, one thing we need to bear at the back of your mind is that there's another aspect to this in which it is called the quick access toolbar. The one at the top here is the quick access toolbar. It always comprises of basically three things: the undo, this is undo, this is redo, and this is save. The undo, though it has a shortcut which is Ctrl Z, the redo is Ctrl Y, and the save is Ctrl S. But we'll be limiting ourselves to the interface clarification now, in which there will be need for us to eventually give the shortcut in one of the classes. So moving forward now, we need to move towards the cells and the rows. Now, this is the column in an Excel. The way it has been highlighted from the top to the bottom. All I did for the highlight is just to, let me click out, then you go to the place you want to highlight. You can see that it's changed from this plus white sign to a dark arrow sign in the direction it's going to be highlighting. So then once you click once, it highlights the whole column. So the journey from the top downward is the column, and moving from the left towards the right is the row. So the rows are numbers in 1, 2, 3, while the column are numbers alphabetically. And the cell, now there's another important thing that is called cell. The cell is an intersection of the column and the row. Like this is called cell A1. If you look at this top, you see A1. It's talking about the intersection of the column A and the row 1. That's A1. So for this now, E3, when you look at this tab, the name box, you see that is E3. That's the name. Now look at this, for example, this is C6. So each of the cell is just an intersection of the column and the row. Now, moving forward, there's another part of this that is called the status bar, which is usually located at the bottom, and it gives us what actually we are dealing with. Now, just to have some things written. So if you look at this, the two highlighted things here shows that on the status bar that we're having count of 2 things that we are working on. Now, moving forward, when you move around the worksheet, you'll be able to understand how we can remove or work on a particular worksheet. Like all the worksheets that I've actually created here, I can decide to delete some of them, and they are being removed without any issue. Okay, so I've deleted 2. Let's leave these 2 while we go ahead with what we're doing. So now you can rename these worksheets. If you want to rename a worksheet, you just do a right click, then you click on rename. The rename, you can name it Excel Day 1. Excel Day 1. So that's how to rename. And if you want to name it all over again, that you're not interested in being the name, once you double click on it just like that, you can also do, maybe it's D01, Excel D01, or MS Excel D01. MS standing for Microsoft Excel 01. So that's the way we can name and rename our Excel. So basically, Excel interface, basic components is what we've talked about. And one thing we need to be at the back of our mind is that the next tutorial is going to be a more elaborate and a little more advanced than this. That it may feature creating a workbook and working on the workbook in a manner. So another thing that I also want to say before the end of this first class is just that this quick access bar, access toolbar can be removed. If you are to remove it, you can just go to option, and there's possibility that it's not added from inception. Then from there to the option, under this option, the quick access toolbar, you can decide that it should not show at all. If you want it to show at the bottom, you click this. If you just want to remove everything that is on it, you can decide to remove. everything that is actually showing on the quick toolbar. You notice this is just the arrow here because everything has been removed. And at this point, you can also use this to bring them back to where they were. So we had save previously, we have undo, and we have redo. So that's all for this day one class. Thanks for listening. Kindly ensure you share this with your friends and colleagues in order for them to understand the interface of Microsoft Excel. Please bear in mind that I will be speaking in details on each of these tabs: the insert, the payout, the formula, the data, the review, and the view. Thanks for staying tuned on the Distilling Insights YouTube channel. We hope that you will be able to journey with us throughout these 30 days. And for those that may eventually get these in the later part after all the videos have been dropped, rest assured that this tutorial is going to take you from the scratch, from the beginning, to then a proficient, an advancedly proficient stage. Thank you and have a great day.